Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So there's a storm coming. And since I've been through a few storms, I'm going to give some tips for those people who don't really, they're not looking to help during the storm. They just want to make it through the storm. And even if Laura isn't going to impact you, there may be other storms on the horizon. So everybody should listen to this. Something else may come up that does impact you, occur near you. And again, this is for people who are just wanting to make it through the storm, not wanting to get involved in any reconstruction or relief efforts, not looking to help out during the storm. Hopefully, if you've watched these videos long enough, you've made some forms of preparation. You know who your network is, your circle, your little group of friends. If not, you'll figure it out along the way. Everybody knows what to do instinctively during that first wave of energy from a storm. Doesn't matter what kind of storm it is, they all start that way. Any big impact starts off with a massive wave of energy, and eventually it gets expended. And that's really the most dangerous time, but it's not the longest lasting time. That can be over pretty quickly. It's that time afterward, once the infrastructure is damaged, that can really just drag on. And for those people who are just looking to make it through the storm, that becomes the more dangerous time. During that initial wave of energy, you hunker down, you wait, you just ride it out. Once the dust settles, mobility is life. You need to be able to move at all times. At all times. You basically stay packed, because even though the storm is over, something could happen. There could be a levee that breaks. Something happens that creates a situation where you have to leave where you're at. So that circle that you have decided on, those people you truly care about, hopefully it's small because you have to supply all these people, you move. And during that time when you're riding out the storm, you're thinking of the locations you can go to, that you can go and secure. Probably other people's residences. In the movies, people go to like abandoned warehouses and everything, and that looks cool, but that's not the best thing to do. People's residences are normally best, especially rural ones, because they typically have the tools necessary on hand to survive, once infrastructure goes down. So once you're moving, a couple of things. First, everybody moves together. Unless you really know what you're doing, don't split up. And unless you really know what you're doing, try to look unimportant. Don't suit up. Don't look like a cop or a soldier, because there may be people trying to take advantage of the situation that kind of makes you a target. Aside from that, there may be people who need help. And if you're just looking to make it through the storm, you only care about your circle. You don't want to get involved in somebody else's issues. If you look like you know what you're doing, they might ask for help, and you might feel obligated to give it. But that's not your goal at the outset, right? So try to look unimportant. There is no safe zone after a big storm, because once that initial wave of energy is expended, infrastructure is down, which means emergency services, the things that you tend to count on, they're gone. They're either overworked or they're just not responding. It's just you and your circle. So if you meet some group of people who's trying to take advantage of the situation, people who are actually looking forward to that storm, if you're meeting them and you run into that kind of opposition, understand you engage them only on your terms. It's not a movie. You can run away. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And it may take sacrificing something, a vehicle, or something like that, leaving it behind because maybe that's what they want. Anything that doesn't breathe can be replaced. If you're just looking to ride out the storm, keep that in mind. Nothing else matters. Comfort items. Toilet paper, soap, shampoo, razors, stuff like that. Worth their weight in gold. Because nobody's really sure how long it's going to take for the infrastructure to come back, for order to be restored. So when you are gathering your supplies, make sure you get it all. When you move to that other location, make sure you have everything, because you don't know how long it's going to last either. So, with the likelihood of more storms coming, and the possibility of even wilder storms coming, this is just something to keep in mind. And it's not something to become paranoid about. It's not something to overthink. But just get a good idea of who your circle is, who your network is going to be, and where you're going to go if you are not looking to help during that storm. If you're just wanting to get through it. Because Laura's probably going to be pretty bad. It looks like it's going to be about as bad as Michael. But there are other ones that can happen. So even if this one doesn't directly impact you, kind of come up with a plan for this. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.